Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about face masks. I'm going to be reviewing 3 new face masks from the Body Shop's new Superfood face mask line. I'm going to tell you how they're supposed to work, how I like using them, the effects on my skin. I'm also going to tell you how I like to wind down wearing face masks and how I like to pamper myself. And finally, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about multi-masking, which is kind of a new concept, I guess, wherein you put different masks on different areas of your face at the same time. Since today's video is about skincare, I thought I would sit and talk to you guys barefaced because I just multi-masked just now, and even though my skin has not been behaving that well before this, and I have a few really bad breakouts recently, and I know you can see the 2 on my forehead because like they're right there and very obvious, but still my skin feels really nice after putting on the mask, and I did not feel like putting on makeup. So let's talk about the actual new releases from the Body Shop. These are the Superfood face masks. There are 5 of them in the range in total, and I have 3 of them. These are all 100% vegetarian. 3 of the masks are actually 100% vegan as well. As always, all of the ingredients used in the masks are actually from around the world. So all of the ingredients are fair trade. Also, these masks have been formulated without parabens, silicone, mineral oil or paraffin. Let's talk about like the general packaging of the masks. They come in these lovely looking glass jars with black lids, so they look kind of similar, but the label on each mask tells you what mask it is, because now I have 3, so sometimes I want to pick up one really quickly. Generally though, masks, I prefer them in tubes just because that's a little more hygienic and that keeps the things slightly fresher longer, but a lot of masks are available in jars as well. It is, however, a kind of heavy glass jar, so it's not very convenient while you're traveling because, you know, it's bulky, but you can carry it if you want, and I have knocked these around a little bit as well. Already in the couple of weeks I've had them, and they have not got any cracks or dings or whatever, so I guess that must mean it's pretty strong glass, but I wouldn't take a risk of dropping it from a height. In each jar you get 75 ml of product, and I'm going to put links to where you can purchase them, more information, prices, etc. in the description box below as always. Along with these masks, I also got 2 new things that Body Shop has released to make your masking time like extra nice. One of them is a face mask brush with a beautiful wooden handle, and this brush has been like formulated especially to apply the face masks on your face. And another one of them is a Pamper partner, which is a small little kit wherein you get a lovely soft cotton hairband that you can use to keep the hair away from your face when you're putting on the masks, and you get a small little face towel as well that you can use to remove your mask from the face, because that's how they recommend removing it. So I'm going to first talk about the Himalayan charcoal purifying glow mask, which is 100% vegan. This mask is supposed to unclog, refine your pores as well as reveal a glow. It has bamboo charcoal from the Himalayan foothills and green tea leaves from Japan. This is the closest I would say to what is a traditional mud mask or a clay mask, and this is something that I always need in my arsenal because I have really oily skin. It's also sensitive and acne prone, so mud masks are really important for me, especially when my skin is extra oily and you know, my pores are clogged. They really help clean out my pores. The mask is supposed to be inspired by Ayurvedic traditions, and it tingles a little bit when you apply it. The texture is nice, it's not too thick, not too thin. So something that I do is, just how I saw on the Body Shop videos, I use the brush to take out just the amount of mask I would need and put it on my hand, or you can put it on some kind of a plate or like palette or something like that, so that you're not like dipping your brush again and again inside the jar, because then you might contaminate it or introduce bacteria or something. And can you believe, before this I have been using all of my face masks by, you know, dipping my finger inside, and I always find that really messy because if I have longer fingernails, the mask kind of gets in there. It also doesn't spread very nicely with the finger. It's always a little thicker and blotchy, and I've loved using this brush because it keeps my hands a lot cleaner, and I actually use less product because the brush spreads it out nicely, and I don't have too thick mask in any one area. Instead, it's nicely like well spread out, and it dries faster and all of that. So I would really recommend the brush that the Body Shop has introduced for this, because it has very much improved my masking game. So it's not a necessity, but it will really help you. And in case you don't have access or you don't want to buy this particular brush, I would recommend just getting any kind of flat foundation brush and keeping that for putting on your masks, because that's the type of brush that is perfect for this. This mask goes on a slightly translucent darker green, but it does change color very much when it dries. It goes to a very light green, and I usually keep it on for that long. Like, I do not time my mask exactly. They say that you can keep it on for 5 to 10 minutes, but when I see that the mask is like 95% dry and there are just these little spots where the green tea leaves are, but when it's dry, I will go and I'll remove it soon, because with a mud mask on, I would say it's not something you sit and chill with, because it might over dry out your face. That is like a good indicator. I just look at my face, when it dries I wash it off. This really does a good job of refining my face when I have excess oil, especially in the T-zone area, this part of the forehead, like in between the eyebrows and all, and the nose. I have a lot of excess oil, and this really cleans everything out and it leaves the pores looking smaller, and it does give my skin this very beautiful glow as well. It never truly dries it out too much, but mud masks on the whole are a little bit drying, so I tend to use them rarer. Like, most of the month I'll use it maybe once a week, but especially if I have like hormonal acne, that time I'll even use it twice a week. But now we're going into summer in Mumbai and my skin is going to become like a complete oil rig. That's when I'll be reaching for this more. So I think if you have skin that leans towards oily, you will like this mask, and this is very, very good for oily skin types. But if you have normal skin and you do not experience too much of oiliness, and even if you have dry skin, I don't think this mask would be exactly right for you. For me, it's really nice and it's been helping get control of my skin. I also read that this mask is supposed to be really similar to the Glam Glow Mud Mask, which is a cult product and is a lot more expensive, I think. But I have not tried the Glam Glow myself, so I can't really compare them. So the Body Shop recommends removing the face masks by using a wet towel or even a muslin cloth and dipping it in warm water. It shouldn't be cold, but it shouldn't be too hot either. I don't really like that method so much. I've tried it personally. I find it to be a little messy. Plus, in the case of mud masks, I find that they can be a little stubborn. So after I mask, I want to make sure that I also cleanse and tone my face so there isn't any mask remaining. I just generally prefer putting on these masks right before I'm about to shower and just hopping in the shower and doing my usual shower face routine. Okay, so the next mask that I'm going to talk about is the Body Shop's British Rose Fresh Plumping Mask. It's supposed to quench with moisture, soothe and tone. It has real rose petals and essence of hand-picked roses from Britain. This is a really different mask compared to many that I've tried in the past. It's a thick gel. Actually, it's more like a jelly if I were to describe it as anything. The Body Shop had already released their British Rose range last year, and there is a separate video on my channel where I had reviewed that range that was more like body care and stuff. So I'm going to link to that in the top corner and in the description box below, so you can go check that out if you'd like. This mask is inspired by European bathing rituals. It's supposed to be a refreshing gel mask infused with real rose petals, moisturizing rose essence, toning rose hip oil and soothing aloe vera, which combine to leave the skin plumped with moisture and visibly smooth. This is a really soothing, gentle and calming mask, and the thing that I love about this mask is that you can leave it on pretty much as long as you like. It is a rinse off mask, so you can't technically go to sleep in it, but I've even left this mask on an hour and I feel it just improves your skin. So this is a mask that's great for like me time, when you just want to chill and you just want to relax. You can put this on your face and just spend some time doing whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. I really like listening to audiobooks. So I'm re-listening to one of my favorites, which is Amy Poehler's memoirs. And the Body Shop's also released this beautiful new adult coloring book. So I'm already really into adult coloring books and I've reviewed one on my blog as well. So I've really enjoyed painting in one of these beautiful flower scenes with color pencils. And let me know if you guys have ever tried adult coloring books and what is your favorite medium. I've been thinking about using brush pens or even dabbling in watercolor, though I'm really messy. But yeah, This is my favorite mask to just calmly spend some time, and while my face is getting the moisture and the goodness of the mask, I also spend that time relaxing and recharging. I would say this mask is really great for all skin types. If you have normal and drier skin, I think you'll love this even more, and you can use it on a regular basis. This is the only mask that you can use even daily if you want. The other masks are recommended like 2-3 times a week, and it's just very good when your skin is feeling dry, or even if it's feeling irritated or red. I think this really does a good job of calming it down. There are times that my face feels really dry as well, and I think this is perfect then. If you work in really heavily air conditioned areas and your skin is dehydrated, or even after flights, I think this is the perfect mask to just soothe your skin and give back some of the moisture. I didn't know how I would feel about this mask, but it turned out to be one of my favorites. And the third and final mask that I have used from this range is the Body Shop's Chinese Ginseng and Rice mask. It's a clarifying polishing mask which illuminates, evens and revitalizes, and it has ginseng and rice from China. This mask is inspired by Chinese traditions. It's creamy and exfoliating. It has ginseng extract from China, rice extract from China, and sesame seed oil from Nicaragua. When you look at this mask for the first time and you feel the texture of it, I think the rice really comes through. You can actually see that there's like ground up rice in there, and I really like the scent of this mask as well, because it's a rice like natural scent. In fact, I like the scent of all of them, but this one, I would say the fragrance is one of my favorites because it's got a little like a citrusy fragrance. I can't place it. It's not exactly orange, but it smells a little bit like a tropical fruit. Those citrusy fragrances are just very refreshing. I love using this mask if I feel that my pores are clogged, or I feel that my skin is looking dull or polluted sort of, but my skin is not too oily. Because the first mask that I reviewed, the Himalayan one, actually dries out a lot of the oil, which is nice, but those type of masks can be a little drying, and if my skin is not already oily, I will not use that. But this, I feel like it actually cleans out the pores and refines the appearance of my skin. But since it has these oils in it, it also doesn't strip away your skin. So if you have like combination skin, sensitive skin, or even drier skin, and you feel that your pores are dirty, but you don't want to use the mud mask because it might drain out the moisture from your skin, then this one is the perfect one for you. It does a really good job of balancing the skin and cleaning it, while at the same time still keeping it nice and supple without you feeling like your skin is feeling very stretched out and you have to run for your moisturizer. All in all, I've really enjoyed using all three masks. I have no complaints with them whatsoever. I think they all serve very different purposes, and they've all improved the texture of my skin. And if you watch my vlog channel, you will see that in one of my vlogs, I even tried these on both my parents, and they really enjoyed it as well. They're a great range of masks that cover different skin concerns. So I would say if you want to purchase any of these, which ones you choose should be depending on your skin type and your main skin problems. And now finally I'm going to tell you about multi-masking, which is a term you may or may not have heard of before. To me, I feel like I knew what multi-masking was, but not exactly. These superfood masks have been made to actually work together in really interesting ways. Now the thing about skin is we tend to put one mask on our entire face most of the time because that's the most practical, but the skin on your face isn't completely uniform. I don't think anyone's is. Mine is not. I have really oily patches, and some areas I experience a little extra dryness as well, and that is something that almost everyone experiences. So sometimes putting just one mask on your entire face can be a little bit detrimental because it works well on one area but it doesn't work well on the other area. So sometimes if certain areas of my face are really oily, I'll just put a mask in that area and leave the rest bare. The Body Shop has formulated a couple of recipes where you can use 3 of these masks together, and I tried out the Hydrate and Invigorate facial. This is supposed to be a facial for partied out thirsty skin that needs to polish up its act. So for this particular facial combination, I started with applying the Himalayan charcoal purifying glow mask on my forehead and my nose, which are without a doubt my oiliest areas. Then I went in with the British Rose fresh plumping mask on my cheeks, because those are like generally well balanced and my cheeks do kind of get dry as well. So I just wanted some extra hydration there. And I finished up with applying the Chinese ginseng and rice clarifying polishing mask to my chin, because I do get a little bit of acne and breakouts sometimes on my chin, and it is a little extra oily but not as oily as my T-zone, like the forehead and nose area. This combination perfectly suits my skin because it works on treating the areas with excess oil also very well, and it also hydrates the areas that tend to get dry. So I generally keep this like on for about 10 minutes and then I remove it. Here I am using the towelette, but as I told you guys, I prefer hopping into the shower to remove my mask, and it works really perfectly. I think I've covered everything in this video. There was a lot to cover. I hope I didn't miss out on anything. But if you have any doubts or anything, feel free to leave a comment down below with any questions that you might have. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.